Good morning. My name is Catarina Albuquerque and I'm the CEO of the Sanitation and Water for All Global Partnership. And it's a pleasure and an honor to be able to address you all in Bangkok. And unfortunately, I was not able to travel to Bangkok because our partnership is very busy in putting together a sector ministers meeting at which many of you will participate. So first of all, thanks to the organizers, in particular to UNICEF, APRO, but also to other partners who are also SWA partners and who are there in Bangkok, in particular DFAT and also the WHO for organizing this meeting and for bringing all the stakeholders around the table, stakeholders from the region, in order to discuss how we can make SDG 6 a reality in the region. And I hope that after the sector ministers meeting in Costa Rica next month, you will again organize a follow-up meeting that could follow up on the Costa Rica meeting, but also on the commitments that will be tabled, and that you invite me again, and I hope then to make it to Bangkok, which is a city that I love. So I was asked to talk about why we need to work with other partners in a multi-stakeholder fashion in order to make Goal 6 a reality. And very honestly, I don't see any other solution. So maybe the answer is we need to work together because there is no other solution. The former United Nations Deputy Secretary General, Jan Eliasson, a person I admire a lot, used to say that none of us can do everything by him or herself alone. But all of us, each one of us can contribute. So, and I think this is the basic philosophy of the partnership that I'm happy to lead. And this is the basic philosophy, as well as the fact that we need different voices around the table. We cannot exclude, we should include. And even when we disagree, we should sit together and get somewhere. I will give you two quick examples about the way in which I think that multi-stakeholder dialogue functions and brings us further. Number one, a topic that is very dear to me, elimination of inequalities, which I think is the fundamental or one of the fundamental challenges that we have when it comes to the Sustainable Development Goals in general, and Goal 6 in particular. And I will give you the example of the sector ministers meeting to show you how working in a collaborative manner with different stakeholders makes the work that we do stronger. We are organizing ministerial dialogues in Costa Rica to discuss issues of finance, taking stock of progress, or talking about collaboration, which is very much aligned with what we are discussing here. And the whole agenda, the questions that will be asked, the speakers that will come to Costa Rica, they were all defined in a multi-stakeholder manner. And this means that we have greater chances that the investment we are making in the meeting will bring better fruits because we manage to capture the different priorities, the different interests from the different partners. So everything, every single plenary, every single group preparing a ministerial dialogue was always multi-stakeholder. And we try to capture the different opinions and suggestions. If you ask me, is this easy? No, it's not easy, but it's the right thing to do. The other thing that I would like to talk about is accountability, which, as you know, is a fundamental principle of human rights and is at the basis of the Sustainable Development Goals. And of course, a basis of good governance. In SWA, our partners designed a new mutual accountability mechanism that asks countries, the governments at the national level, to bring other actors around the table and table commitments. Select out of their numerous priorities in the WASH area, for example, the two most important priorities, A and B. And then they will encourage other stakeholders around the table to also table commitments in support of the government's commitments. And then, so this is the mutual accountability in action. So you recognize that the government has obligations to deliver on water and sanitation and make things happen for everyone, but it also acknowledges the responsibilities and sometimes of obligations of other partners around the table, and it binds them. It makes sure that they are accountable to each other and that there are other partners around the table that witness this exchange of commitments. And then, in a second moment, they will table these commitments at our sector ministers meeting, and we will bring it up to a different level, to a global level, at which we have also, again, all the stakeholders represented. So this accountability, but also transparency, access to information, elimination of inequalities, these are two big challenges to be dealt with just by one partner. It's simply impossible. So this is the reason why we see ourselves as a federation of multi-stakeholder actions. This is the way to go, and I encourage you all in the EAPRO region to replicate this mechanism at the national level, to table commitments for our meeting, and to come to Costa Rica. I hope to see you all very soon in April in San Jose. Thank you so much.